Hi, my name is Yasu, and I do Hitorigoto in my channel. It's a Japanese word. It means talking to myself. So I talk to the camera, talk to myself to let whatever happens to me. So there's a few main topics that I usually talk about in my channel. And then today I want to answer one of the questions regarding depression treatment. And for those people who don't know me, let me just give you an idea why I can answer that question, which is because I I was going through a depression treatment for 2 years and in 3 months. I successfully completed my depression treatment and I stopped taking antidepressant, which is effexor, in the last 6 or 7 months so far. No relapse so far, and my therapist and my psychiatrist have already and myself as well that I'm officially done with the depression treatment uh, 2 months ago. I still go to see my psychiatrist once a month to maintain everything, as well as to now I'm focusing on my sleep issues. There's actually not that issues because I still take sleeping pill, but I sleep like 7 hours and 8 hours. And the reason that I still go to see my doctor and still taking the sleeping pill is because I want to reduce it gradually, because based on what I have gone through since I start taking sleeping pill when I started my depression treatment, it's been almost 3 years. If I stop it completely right away, it's gonna shock my body, and it might have some kind of negative effects. So I want to make sure that I slowly taper off the sleeping pills, so that um, it wouldn't really cause me to have sleep issues again. Anyway, so the question is, now you finish depression treatment officially and successfully. Uh, if you work hard, do you get tired? And if you get tired, do you think it becomes easier for you to get tired now compared to when you didn't get depression? And it's actually a good question, and that's something that I've been thinking about, and I can answer the questions from three different perspectives. But the answer to the question is definitely yes. It's so easy for me to get tired if I spend so much. I need to spend so much energy and concentrations to work on my job and everything. So, and I think there are three possible reasons. And one of them is caffeine for sure. So, before I got depressed, I was drinking coffee 5 or 6 cups a day. And even I got coffee at night after dinner, I could sleep. So whenever like I felt a little bit tired, or like I feel like I wanted to sharpen my mind to focus on my work and everything, without thinking, I kept drinking black coffee, and then I was able to get my work and things done effectively and quickly. But now, no matter what, I only drink 2 cups of coffee. One is when I eat a breakfast. That second cup usually comes after lunch or when I wanted to eat some sweets, but that's before 3 p.m. And basically that's it. Because I'm just so afraid that if I drink coffee after 3 p.m., I'm just afraid that that's going to affect my sleep that night. Basically, going through all of the depression treatment in the last 23 years, I was suffering severe sleep issues, and I got so traumatized about not being able to sleep. I'm just try to get rid of any factors, anything that prevents me from getting good night's sleep. That is why I stick with my new routine, which is I only drink 2 cups of coffee, and then the latest time that I drink coffee is 3 p.m. But the downside is, so the good side is that after everything becomes really stabilized, no more visual symptoms, when I stop taking the effexor, no more antidepressants adjustment, I really, really sleep well right now. Like almost every day, I sleep for like 8 hours. So I think now I'm ready to start tapering off my sleeping pills. And I don't want anything to jeopardize that. So I'm sticking with 2 cups of coffee. Latest time to drink coffee is before 3 p.m. The downside is that if there is a work that I needs to do, if I feel tired, of course my performance becomes low. I still do it, but it takes longer because I feel tired and I feel like I want to drink coffee. No, I don't want. I don't feel like drinking coffee, but I let my tiredness take over me. So if it's in this kind of situations, if I only drink coffee a little bit, I think that's gonna sharpen my mind. That's gonna take away my feeling of being tired for a moment so that I'll be able to focus on the job more effectively. However, I wouldn't do it because I really don't want anything to disturb my sleep. Only thing that I can do is to really make sure that I allocate my time and tasks and everything mainly in the morning or noon time so that that's the time that I drink coffee, that's the time that I still have so much energy and I can get things done. And 6 cups of coffee versus 2 cups of coffee, that's a big change in terms of how much caffeine I used to take and how much caffeine I consume now. That affects my metabolism a lot as well as how alert I can become. So subjectively speaking, I feel that it's easier for me to feel tired. It's so easy to I feel like I don't really have stamina that much after I finish my depression treatment. But is it really because the depression that I experienced caused me to have this um, condition that I feel easier, it becomes easier for me to feel tired, or I wouldn't have enough stamina or not? I'm not sure, because if I look at the situation that I was in before I got depressed, I kept drinking coffee and coffee. I remember because I love drinking coffee, but at the same time, I enjoy the feeling of being alerted because that makes me very efficient, more productive. And I didn't feel tired. But does it because I was healthy? Or is it because I was drinking coffee that much? Probably I was drinking too much coffee, which made me feel not tired, but it was just a feeling that I didn't feel tired because the caffeine masked or like numbed me to feel anything. So even though I didn't feel tired, actually my brain and my body were exhausted. So if I remove that factor, let's say before I got depressed, I only had 2 cups of coffee as fixed schedule like I do drink coffees right now. Would I not feel tired? Would I be as productive as when I was drinking 6 cups of coffee? I highly doubt that. So, in some way, it's safe to say, and it's to be fair to say, probably, mm, I don't think. Probably, I don't think. Um, yeah, I think it's only because with the coffee that I didn't feel tired. But in fact, I was tired before I got depressed. So, in terms of how exhausted I am right now and how exhausted I was when I spent so much energy on work and everything, I think it's pretty much the same. But subjectively speaking, because I don't drink that much coffee anymore, I do feel a lot tired subjectively after I finish taking I finish after I finished my depression treatment. And the second way to look at it is my body is still trying so hard to find a good balance in myself. And what I meant is that antidepressant, such a powerful medication. I was on the edge And I was in a situation that I had to make a decisions to start taking the antidepressants to um, stabilize the conditions back then. The medication was very strong, strong enough to penetrate my brain and add any substances that it's designed to deliver to my brain. And I was suffering from side effects and everything. That really shows how powerful the medication was. But I remember I could feel both benefits and side effect, and at the same time, taking the medications, adding the substances into my head or into my system, my body felt really, really uncomfortable. And at the same time, my body was working so hard to find a new balance or create a new balance in me. So whenever I increased the dose of the medication, it disrupted the balance that my body created, and then working hard to once again to find the new balance. And human bodies are such an amazing thing, because especially once I increase the dose to the highest one, just for your information, the antidepressant that I was taking it's called effexor, and then the highest dose that anyone can take is 225 milligram per day. Once I hit that, I was able to really enjoy the benefits of the medications. But there's a lot of side effects, and I felt very uncomfortable at first. But eventually, once it's really stabilized, um, and then being stabilized to me, my body really got used to it and kind of find the peace with the amount of the effexor, created a new balance that I feel comfortable with. Everything got used to it. And after a few months, because I wanted to try to stop taking the effexor eventually, once I started to tapering off, I was in a very uncomfortable situation again. Whenever I reduced it, I suffered from the withdrawal, as well as I can feel like my body is really trying to find a new balance, which creates a very uncomfortable feeling. It's part of the depression treatment, and it's not pleasant. Because it's very unstable, it's really hard to keep concentrating on anything. And it becomes a lot easier for me to get tired. And now I'm officially finished my depression treatment, and I don't take effexor for 6 months already. And then finally, I don't really feel that much withdrawal symptoms, and if I feel really comfortable. However, here and there, I can feel that my body is kind of off the balance, and it creates a little bit here and there uncomfortable feelings, which makes me feel a lot harder to keep focusing on a lot of things. And this is something, it's pretty new to me, and this kind of things never happened before I got depressed. So this um, uncomfortable situation caused by depression treatment is definitely leading me to have these situations that um, compared to before I got depressed, now it's easier for me to feel tired, especially if I use a lot of my brain power to focus on the work. And then the third one is the aging, because depression treatment lasted really long. 2 years and in 3 months, I spent my life to treat my depression. And I'm officially done with the treatment. However, I'm still be careful with my conditions, because I can still feel like my brain and my body is really trying to get used to it. Any little things can like really affect me both in positive way and negative way. And I still see my psychiatrist to just maintain my conditions, as well as to approaching how to reduce the sleeping pill. So probably in total, I would end up spending 3 years most likely if I can successfully finish taking sleeping pill by the end of next March. It's a really long time. So if I compare to myself when I before I got depressed, I would be that I was 3 years younger. And if I look at myself right now, I am 3 years older. And aging has a profound effect in terms of the physical functionings. So, of course, I'm older now. So, in terms of the physical functions, less functionable. So, it's pretty normal that I feel that it's easier for me to feel tired right now, especially if I compare myself right now to what I was like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. So that's another things that I can say that contributed to me feeling, oh, it's so easy for me to feel tired after I finish taking the depression treatment. It's because I am much older now compared to the time that I was healthy. And I think that factor is actually big. It's just that people really don't talk about it. Kind of like the neglect. But 3 years, 4 years, a longer time, our body age. Our bodies really change a lot. So once we finish the treatment after a long time, we are not as young as we were when we were not depressed. So those are the things that I can say. But overall, those three really contributed and confirmed with me that once I finish my depression treatment, it becomes easier for me to feel tired. Especially, I spend so much energy and time on work. But even I feel tired, I really don't want to drink coffee because I want to sleep. And I think it's healthy and it's normal. If we work harder, we get tired. And when we get tired, we should sleep. That's the healthy thing. We are not supposed to consume caffeines to numb ourselves from not feeling, to make sure numb ourselves so that we don't feel tired. That's very unhealthy. It's just so simple that work harder, feel tired, and just sleep. And once we have enough rest, we wouldn't feel tired. Now we have energy once again, and we can work or we can do other kind of things. That's what it should be, I think, and that's what I'm doing right now. Anyway, thank you for watching. Don't push yourself. Seriously, it's really not worth being depressed, and I don't think anybody wants to get depressed. But things happen, we get depressed, and we need to deal with it. So if anybody is watching and you're not depressed, please um, treasure your health. And if it's possible, look after your health. Health is the most important things. Health is the one that we must have in life to enjoy our life. We or I realized that only after I lost my health. So thank you for watching. Please take care. For now, Jane. Bye. Bye.